But I just think it's absolutely wild that there's... Oh, I don't know if I can say that. As you can see, you were at the reunion. The photo booth is actually very big. Me and Javen, we have an argument about behind the scenes things. He got told something by producers. I got told something else. He was calling me, not stupid, but he was like, Sophie, you're an intelligent girl. Like, he was like, come on, read between the lines.
You quit though, halfway through, right? What made you quit?
The edit will make it look like I was in a very strong love triangle with Kieran and Megan. In reality, I knew that none of the men in there were like my future husbands. There were girls in the lounge literally crying, being like, I'm so in love, I found my partner. And I was like, I actually don't even know if I like these people. So,
how do you feel about your edit?
So the first 3 episodes, I feel like you get me. It's either Marmite, you love me, or you hate me. And then the mixer episode comes out, and then it was just a lot of hate.
You dating now? Anyone from any previous seasons of the show?
I mean, ooh.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Spill with Will. Before we get into it, I can't hint enough how important it is that you subscribe. We are on our journey to 10k subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, and if you like this episode, like and comment, and I want to hear your feedback for who should we have next. Today, it's a Love is Blind special. I'm joined by Sophie, everybody! How are you?
I'm so well. How are you?
I'm so excited. Just came all the way from Manchester just to see me today.
I know.
I'm so excited. So, Love is Blind. It's all happened so quickly. I kind of want to get into what made you apply.
So, first bit of tea. I didn't actually apply. I was approached for Love is Blind.
Period.
However, which the public will probably think makes sense, right? But,
she didn't want to be on the show.
Yeah. But I believe in the universe and everything aligning, and my work was okay. Like, I could have the time off, and I was like, oh, okay. And like, a partner was the only thing that I was missing from my life. So I was like, oh, let's give it a shot.
How long were you single for?
Before Love is Blind, 2 years. So I'm now 3 years, but
3 years single.
It was 2.
And did you go on the show like looking for like love?
I think I took the show so seriously. Like, I was like, this is my husband. So like, if they had like one answer that I didn't like, I was like, nah, next.
I actually as well, like, I'm really fascinated by like the actual process of getting onto the show. What is that like?
Oh, so it's really long. I was actually saying this to one of my girlfriends the other day. I was like, if I had £1 for everyone that's in my DMs, like, oh my God, the producers messaged me on Instagram. And I'm like, if it was that easy from the one message to getting casted, everyone would be on the show. But it's so long. I think I knew for like a good few months I was going on there. But like, you just have to wait. And like, there were times where the process was actually harder than my actual job because you've got so much paperwork and stuff to fill out. But yeah, I would say like probably 6 months.
6 months of like a process, like back and forth.
From like start to finish, yeah, because you've got to do psych tests, you've got to do medical forms, like it's a lot. Like, the welfare team probably know me like physically better than anybody on this planet. Like.
Yeah, I guess you must have to like really open up as well and let them know about everything in your life to be able to see if you can actually do the show.
Yeah, like. But I don't know. I thought I was a very strong individual, but like, even coming out of here, I was like, ooh, like, you've got to be a special type of person to put yourself on reality TV, I think.
Did you know really what you were signing up for? Like, have you watched the show before?
Yeah, so you have to watch before you go in. So annoyingly, we didn't see which couples like actually say I do. So we got to watch up into like episode 8, I think. And then that's it, you're in there. So like, when I met all the girls and you're sat in the lounge, we're like, oh, I wonder if Freddie and Kat got married, or what do you think about Demi and Ollie? So that was like our conversations.
I want to know how long do you get in those fucking pods?
Oh, the days are so long. So it's like a 6 a.m. wake up call. You've got
be ready and glam hair.
Yeah, like, you've got to be ready. And then I think like the first dates normally start at like 9 a.m. But you're like just sat in the lounge waiting, and then the dates vary. So they start you date every single guy on the first day
Like a
for
bit of a speed
8 minutes.
dating.
I loved that day. If I could do that day again, I would. Like, I was like, I'm so good at this. I was like, this is great. And then every single evening you rank them, and there's an algorithm, and then that decides on your next dates. And then every single day the dates get longer, but the people you date get smaller. So I think the longest date is like 3 hours. But like, some people were like, Sophie, you should have been more vulnerable. I was like, when you've had 2 heavy dates, sometimes I just want to go in there and have a bit of a laugh with someone.
And if you're getting ready so early as well, God, I'd be exhausted.
Oh, it's so tiring. And like, you actually, because it's so deep, like, when you've ever had like a really intense conversation with someone, you're like, oh, I need a nap. But then in there, you're like going to do it again. I was like, guys, come on.
With like someone new as well. So is that quite psychologically a lot? Yeah,
it is a bit weird, because sometimes I was like you kind of forget that you haven't had a conversation you've had with another date with this guy. Yeah. So they'd be like, oh, tell me about this. And I'm like, I've just spoke about it. What are you on about?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really weird. And obviously you're in there for marriage. Like, if it was just a bit of banter, then who cares really what you're asking? But like, you have to get deep and intense like very quickly.
Yeah, you could kind of tell as well, you took this process quite seriously as well.
So
and I think
serious.
It's because, like, you are getting married. Like, this is, you're finding your man.
This isn't a joke. This is legally binding. And I was like, I am not walking down that aisle and saying yes to like my family, and especially my dad, and then it not working out because I didn't ask uncomfortable questions.
About the legal stuff, I never knew that was like, I didn't think it was actual real marriage.
Oh yeah, I didn't either. Like, if it wasn't legal, I'd probably be like, yeah, to everyone. But no, like, legally, yeah.
And like, do they provide you with the rings? Do you know that, T?
Yeah, so I think the men got to choose out of like, so in the process, the team would be like, oh, what kind of wedding dress do you like? What kind of engagement ring do you like? And like, I was like, I don't know, I've never been engaged, so you have to like answer these, and then I think the guys have a choice, and then they pick what they think would best suit you.
So technically it's a free wedding.
Yeah, well, I was in the room, so I was like, I hope I get a nice ring. And I was like, Sophie, and I was like, no, but imagine like you've spent all this time and then they pick the wrong ring. I'll be like, nah, mate, I'm not saying yes to that.
So you quit though halfway through, right?
Yeah, so I left early. Yep.
What made you quit?
Do you know, if I'm honest, the edit will make it look like I was in a very strong love triangle with Kieran and Megan. But in reality, I knew probably on day 2 that none of the men in there were like my future husbands. Like, there were elements in every single man that I was like, oh, okay, like I like this about them, but I'm missing this. Mm-hmm. And like, I've been in relationships before where it's not been 100% everything I wanted. And I was like, why would I settle, especially for marriage in here? And then, yeah, the teddy bear incident happens. And then I carry on dating like other connections in there. And I was just, there were girls in the lounge literally crying, being like, I'm so in love, I found my partner. And I was like, I actually don't even know if I like these people. Yeah. I was like, I think it's time for me to go.
And so, you just was like, I'm off.
Yeah, I
Get
was
that
just
fire
like,
exit door, I'm off.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out of here. Like,
but you returned to the mixer.
Yeah.
I know. So you didn't fully leave. You came back.
Yeah, I did.
What made you come back? Did you just want to see everyone's faces that you were speaking to?
Yeah, it was just it was nice to see everyone, right? So like, we obviously all go through this experience together. You do form some weird attachment to these people because it's so intense. Like, everyone's like, oh, how can they say I love you after like 2 minutes on telly? But
I do think that though, as someone who watches it, I am like, what the hell are like, it's moving way too fast. But I get it if like you're away from the outside world. So like,
yeah, you've got nothing. So you don't have phones. You can't speak to your friends. Like, and everything is about finding a connection. So when you're in the lounge, the only things you're talking about are your connections. So like, you have like this warped sense of reality, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I do really like this person. And I think that's why I knew I had to leave, because I was like, if someone like got down and was like, will you marry me, I'd be like, no, like, get me out.
Get me out. Could you feel like though you was falling for anyone in the pods?
No. No, I don't. I probably made better connections with girls in there than with the guys.
You can really see there's like a bit of a sisterhood as well with the girls.
Yeah, I think that's one nice thing. I was saying this at the premiere the other night. Like, the girls are all solid girls. Like, we're all team. Like, there was a bit of a team girl, team boy at the reunion, obviously, but all the girls are really rallied around and supported each other. And like, obviously 2 of them are going through divorces, and that's heavy, but like, everyone's been so supportive, and it is really nice that we're all there for each other, I think. And there's not one single person I feel that's been like pushed aside. Like, we're all friendly.
So we was both actually at the reunion. I was in the audience watching it all happen. How did you find that overall experience?
I was just very glad that I never got engaged. Like,
at least you got invited back.
Yeah. But
that was tea.
Yeah, it was heavy. The emotions were very raw. So we actually watched the episodes like a few hours before that reunion. So obviously we all experienced it last year, right? But it's a bit different when you hear private conversations, and especially their interviews, like with just one-on-one, and then you hear what they're saying. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. So I'm sure it must have been really heavy for the couples to like hear what their partner's saying or whatever. But yeah, it was good TV.
Yeah, it
very
definitely
good
was.
TV. But yeah, unfortunately, this is real life now. So.
How do you feel about your edit on the show? Because I feel like there's been like a little bit, like you were saying earlier, how you've received like a lot of backlash and a bit of like trolls and hate. Like, how are you coping through that?
Yeah, so I feel like the public probably understand me from episodes 1 to 3, right? Like, a lot of people were like, why is Sophie even here? she's not even trying. But what they don't know is I knew very early on. Like, I was speaking to the producers of Netflix, and I was like, I just know my husband's not here. Like, and they were like,
trying
no,
to convince
Sophie.
you?
They were like, be more open. Why don't you ask about this? Or, yeah, but they like this. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But you know, when you just have a go, like, I was like, none of these guys are my guys. So yeah, I feel like you can see that through the first few episodes. I wish they got more of my sense of humor. Like, I'm so witty, and there were so many dates I was going on, and it was just pure banter. Like, I'm a football girly, so I was going on dates, and we were literally just bantering about football for like the first 2 hours, and I was like, right, see you later, bye, have a good day. And like, I made some really good friends with some of the guys in there, and
through just the pods, like,
yeah, and we've kept in contact over the year and like met up and stuff, which is really nice. But then the mix episode comes out. So the first 3 episodes, I feel like you get me. It's either Marmite, you love me, or you hate me, which is fine. And then the mixer episode comes out, and then it was just a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Which is hard because it was filmed a year ago. I've apologized since in private and publicly. I just had a few too many lychee martinis, if I'm honest. And like, it was the first time I was seeing these people.
Probably quite excited. Like, a bit of a buzz. Like, you see everyone for the first time.
Yeah.
Did anyone shock you, like their face? Because obviously, like, you just hear their voice, which I find just crazy. But like, just anyone's face didn't match their voice.
Yeah, Jed.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just pictured Jed completely different. Whereas everyone else, I feel like I got to a T. Like, I knew what they looked like.
Would the girls like guess what they look like?
Yeah, we were all like, so me being like, oh, I don't know about this date or this date. I remember coming in, and we were all like, oh, Javen's good looking. Like, all the girls were like, yeah, he's good looking. But I was like, he's trouble. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, not my husband. I was like, he's lovely, but not husband material, not for me. So, yeah. And Yeah, I think we got them all really.
Are you allowed
bang
to like,
on, I
describe
think.
what you look like?
No, you can't say anything.
That makes because they
And
never
you
include
get
that.
in trouble. Like I remember once I was in a pod and someone said something and I asked like a really stupid question and I was like, oh, sorry, that's the blonde coming out of me. And they were like, pod number 5, please stop talking about appearances.
Oh,
And
so
I was like,
is there like a voice of God?
Yeah.
Period.
They give you like a countdown. So you know. So like in the last 20 minutes, they'll be like, pod number 5, 20 minutes to go. And then like at the very start, you're like going through your book and you're like, oh, I've not asked all these questions. So it's good because you learn, reevaluate, and then you ask stuff that are important instead of like just joking about things that like aren't going to get you down the aisle.
Do you forget that like, did you forget that the cameras were there?
Oh, yeah.
You can tell. I feel like people really fall in love in these pods.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a lot of jokes in the pods, I think, and even in the lounge. Like, I wish there was more shown of us, like, just having jokes. But then I get it's a love story, right? Like, you're on there to find love. But, yeah, I totally forgot. I think everyone's like, oh, how can you forget? There's, like, millions of cameras in your face. But you're like, because that's your reality and you don't know anything else, you do just forget. And, like a lot of the comments are, oh, Sophie just loves herself, like she's always staring at a mirror, or oh, why is she doing her hair, or why is she doing this, like it's Love is Blind. And I'm like, I still want to look cute, but there's just mirrors everywhere. But like you don't realise that behind the mirror is a person with a camera. So I'm just going over like chatting to my girlfriends and then it's like, oh yeah, there's me.
Are you guys
again.
getting ready there or do you guys get ready somewhere before?
No, so we get ready beforehand. We have changing rooms and then we go in, but like touch-ups or whatever, because you're there all day, right? So like most days like filming's like 9 till like 10 at night, like long days, because they're long dates, right? And you've got to have breaks in between, you've got to eat. So yeah.
Okay, we're gonna play a little game. Because do you like games?
Yeah, I love a game.
Okay, love a game. So I've got a new segment. It's called The Spillage, where I read out headlines in the press and see what your take is on those articles and just clear some things up.
Okay.
So article number 1 is the photo booth. Sorry, your face. I was like, I have to ask about the photo booth because you're here. I have to ask, what is the tea on the photo booth? I need your side.
There's actually no tea. Like, I understand why it's such a strong like talking point.
This
but
photo booth is killing me.
Yeah,
it's like trending on TikTok. Just the photo booth.
I know, but yeah. As you can see, you were at the reunion. The photo booth is actually very big.
It's and it was in JY.
Yeah.
What was everyone doing? I need to know how you ended up at the gay bar.
So filming was on a Tuesday. Nothing's really live. I think we finished filming at midnight, so you can't go to normal places. And I was like, "Oh, Gay Village is open. Let's go there."
Yes.
So I actually had a great night, but during the night, me and Javen argue about. We have an argument about behind the scenes things.
Yeah, he mentioned in another article, which was one of my questions, he mentioned in an article that you guys were arguing about behind the scenes stuff. Yeah,
so it was, he got told something by producers, I got told something else, and then he was calling me like, not stupid, but he was like, Sophie, you're an intelligent girl. Like, he was like, come on, read between the lines. And I was like, but they have no reason to lie to me. And then it was just a back and forth thing. So he was told something, I was told something. We agreed to disagree, but it took us like 30 minutes. We're very passionate people, both of us. And I was like, yeah, but you're not understanding my point of view. And he was like, you're not understanding mine. And then obviously we dated in the pods, right? So like, and it was all very jokey, funny.
I love that you're clearing this all up. I feel like just clearing it all up. Do you know what I mean? Getting your side of the story.
And he was just like, oh, I didn't think out of all people, like knowing you in there, I didn't think you would quit. And I was like, yeah, but who cares? I was like, I just knew my husband wasn't in there. And he was like, yeah, but you could have like gone all the way. And I was like, yeah, but who cares?
As a viewer watching it, do you feel like his intentions were real going on the show? Or do you think he went on it for the money and fame?
I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of money and fame with Love is Blind. So if that's like wrong show, honey, like, you probably should have applied for Love Island. But
yeah, maybe.
yeah, but no, I think his intentions were clear. Again, there's got to be villains and angels on every edit of every show, right? And for him,
He did actually say that as well. He said that on a TikTok that like there has to be a villain in every single edit, and he feels like he's being portrayed as the villain of Love is Blind at the minute. I think as a viewer, I just think maybe he was just having a bit of fun on the show rather than actually taking it seriously.
Yeah, I can see why people think that, and he is a very jokey guy, right? But like, people need to be a bit realistic. Like, Katisha wouldn't have gone this far into the journey. Neither of them would have gone that far. And like, introduce you to the family. Like, you're not doing that for banter. Like, come on. So there was obviously a connection there. And yeah, I don't think there's literally a camera in your face 24/7. Like, you can't fake it. Like, especially outside the pods, it becomes very apparent on who's not there for real reasons.
Did you feel like there was like a lot of heat on you during the reunion when you was being asked those questions?
Yeah and no. Everyone knew that the photo booth was going to come up, right?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's so obsessed with it. So I was like prepared.
And the photo booth curtains as well.
Yeah.
That's also been on TikTok as well. Like, were there curtains in the photo booth? Were there not?
Yeah. I get why the narrative is there. Like, I understand neither of us should have been in the photo booth.
I've actually been in that photo booth.
Like, ironically, we both thought, oh, by having the conversation here where everybody can see you, no one would be like, oh, Giovanna and Sophie were in the smoking area, or Giovanna and Sophie went outside together. Like, because there were other areas where we separately went with other cast members and no one cares about that. But so, yeah, we thought, again, being two intelligent people, that like, we were like, oh yeah, everyone can see us, no one's going to care, whatever. Everyone can see that we were arguing. But I don't know. The narrative got changed.
Now that you're both single, is there anything going to happen there?
Oh, absolutely not.
With no one from the cast? Or...
No. Yeah, a year on, my feelings are still the same. There's some amazing guys. Just unfortunately not for me.
Mm-hmm. Are you dating now?
So I haven't actually dated, because how do you fall in love, right? And then go, oh, by the way, the whole nation's going to watch me fail in love. Like, and I don't really know how I'm going to come across. So I was just like, oh, do you know what? Pause on that. They can then make their own mind up on me. They can watch it if they want to, but at least everything's out there then, and they can make their own decision. Like, imagine me falling in love last year. This all comes out and then they're like, oh, too much for me.
Yeah, I can't. The timings would be a lot. I get that.
Yeah, I was like, nah. So, the good news are my DMs are widely open right now.
Really?
And we're back dating. So,
any blue ticks?
A few blue ticks,
Period.
a few juicy conversations here and there. But
anyone from any previous seasons of the show?
I mean, yeah, maybe some teas left like unspilled.
Yes, I love it. Not everything is revealed on the spillage.
Yeah.
We got to keep it, I love that. So she's single, she might be dating.
Yeah, I'm single. I'm ready to find my person. But if it's taught me anything, it's I need to put less pressure on myself. Like, I was like, I'm going to find a husband. I'm going to get married. And now I'm just like, do you know what? It is what it is. If I find someone great, if not, I now have a puppy, so life's great.
Life is great. Yeah. If you could go back and do anything different, is there anything you would?
Yeah, hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Probably wouldn't get drunk at a mixer and flirt with someone's fiance, but yeah, apart from the mixer behaviour.
Do you really regret that? I thought there was something there though. I don't know why I thought there was something there.
It's the first time we're seeing each other,
it's
right?
Exciting.
Like, and we are just both very jokey. Like, you can see we're like, I was dying with laughter. Like, it's not like we were like, you're so sexy. It was like, and what you don't see is we support different football teams. So we like bantering about football a little bit as well. But yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't take it as serious, but like, the men are going to be the same. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a quick fire Love is Blind special.
Okay.
Okay. Who vapes? Everyone loves always this
Oh,
question.
everyone vapes. That was another thing on like a black cross on my book. All the men vape. Kieran
book.
created like a vape society, and like because you obviously can't do it on set, so you have to go off set to vape. I remember going on a date and he was like, Sophie, I created a vape society, and I was like, these guys are not for me.
Yeah. Anyone do any sniffs?
No.
Just vapors.
Yeah, just vapors.
What was a popular flavour?
I don't know because I didn't vape.
You're not a vapor?
No.
Was everyone vapors then, apart from you?
A lot of the guys were vapors. The girls, I think we had like 3 or 4. I actually went outside once with the girls who vaped and I got locked outside. Like, because like me and one of the producers got locked outside and we were out there for like 40 minutes and we were like, we have no, like she had no signal. I obviously didn't have a phone and we were like, how are we going to get back in? We were like, oh, we have to wait for another vapor to come out.
Hear it out.
But yeah, vaping's not for me, unfortunately.
Who was your favourite couple?
Ooh.
Well, to be fair, not many of them have actually lasted, but favourite couple maybe that you wish lasted.
Ooh. I don't know, because now I'm on the other side and now I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense why they're not together anymore. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, we all love a fairy tale. Megan and Kieran are absolute goals.
They are,
like,
I know.
They are like why anybody wants to do Love is Blind. Like they're the poster children and rightly so, they should be. So probably Megan and Kieran.
Yeah. Is there any couple that's shocked you the most that didn't work out?
Probably Cal and Sarova.
Oh God, me too. Yeah.
Like
that reunion, being in that room was awful. It was tense. It was awkward. I felt awful for Sarova because I feel like we can all relate in terms of like, we know what it's like to be ghosted or like someone just to shut off completely. So like that was really intense. How did you find that? Because obviously you know Sarova and you've been in that experiment with them.
Oh, it's just so hard, isn't it? And like, bless her, she's trying to get answers to something and he's obviously it's a private conversation that happened in a room full of people, so it was always going to be heavy. I spoke to her mom after we stopped filming and I was just like, you handled yourself so well. And I was like, because if that was my daughter on either side, if I was Cal's parents or Sarova's parents, I'd probably be like swirling people.
Me too.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, thank God I never got like, this was not me. Like my dad would be throwing punches, but I mean, yeah, it's just heavy, isn't it? And obviously we don't know every single thing that happened behind closed doors, but yeah, just.
But he never really gave a reason. Like, I don't think there really was a reason apart from the fact that, like, he just really claimed that he feels like he should be single.
Yeah, I don't know if there's more to the story that they just don't want to share to the public. Maybe something more private, or he just did realise that marriage isn't for him. I don't know, but I don't think Sarova knows either, to be fair. But yeah.
Do you think any of the guys were robbed?
The guys were robbed?
And yeah, as in like they didn't find the love that they should have.
Oh, like people who didn't make it through?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm still good friends with them, but Charlie and Jordan, they're honestly some of the funniest guys I've ever met in my life. And like post the show, Jordan was always like, why didn't we date more? And I was like, Jordan, like we're just on different paths. But he's so funny. Like even at the premiere night, a girl gave him like a phone number on the back of a photo booth picture. And I was like, look, you still got it. And he was like, yeah, but none of you saw that because he also left early in the experiment. So, yeah. But it's just so hard because he obviously is really funny. They both have a lot to give. But
so many people like didn't get an edit.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably a blessing in disguise, really. Sometimes I wish I didn't get an edit, but...
I know, but I also just think as well, like, imagine going through that whole entire process and then not even getting anything on TV.
I mean, Amy and James, they are a couple. So Amy was obviously on the girl side, James on the other. They actually are still together now and they've been together for a whole year.
What?
They didn't propose. Yeah, she actually had another guy propose to her, and then it didn't work out. But he was her other connection, and then they reconnected, and they've been together a whole year. So,
Oh my God,
yeah.
love is blind. Love is truly blind.
Yeah. Well, they're both very attractive people, so I think that helps.
What would you have? Any advice for anyone that's coming up?
Just go with your heart. Like, do what feels right for you. But on that notice, like, don't. I feel like it's very easy to get windswept in there. And like, I was always the very serious one in the lounge. And I was like, right, girls, this is great. But what will your parents think of them? Or how will they fit in with your life? Like, yeah, I was just like, girls, come on. Like, let's be a little bit real now. So yeah, maybe a bit of both. Have fun, but also think about long term. Like, it is a marriage within 6 weeks. Like, come on, you've got to be very serious about this.
Do you feel like everyone's intentions for going on the show are legit?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Because it's quite an earlier show, so I feel like I don't know if people like gain much from it. Like, so yeah, I always wonder that.
Yeah, it's not Love Island, right? It's not. Well, even Love Island's dying down a bit now in terms of like press and stuff. But like, yeah, you may have you're on Netflix, which is really cool. Like, that's what I always said. If I didn't find a husband, I can tell my grandkids I went on Netflix
That's
one
true.
day. So,
And you can always watch that back.
but like, yeah, it's a wedding. So I hope their intentions are clear. I think from the girl side, all the girls were very, very serious about finding a partner.
What's next for you?
I don't know. Maybe something exciting
Ooh,
coming along.
I love this.
Yeah, I think now I've grown a lot from the show.
It's been a year, by the way.
Yeah, a whole year.
It's crazy, like how.
I know. So when people are like judging you, you're like, that was me from a year ago. Like, come on, move on.
It's just crazy that you film it a year ago and then you have to sit and wait and then you have to watch it back. Like, and we've watched it for the first time, but this happened so long ago.
Yeah, like I forgot like some things. Like I was like, oh yeah, haha, I said that. That was funny.
And the first time you're watching it as well, like that's like the first time you're watching the whole edit as well.
Yeah, like first time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a world of dating. Maybe I do find my husband in the future. But for now, we have a saying on Love is Blind throughout all casts. We're all like, just ride the wave. Enjoy the journey. We've all done the hard stuff now, right? You've done the experiment. It's now just to have a bit of fun and like just see where it goes. But yeah, I think again, I didn't realize how much my relationship with my mom affected me going into dating.
Yes, you spoke about this at the reunion. Did they air that?
No, I don't think
No.
so. But yeah, so I thought a year ago, I was like, I'm ready to find my husband. Like, I'm a well-rounded individual, blah, 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 blah. And then there's another thing online going around, like, Sophie's like, oh, I don't get rejected. And they're like, come on, girl, be real. But me saying that is I don't put myself in positions to be rejected. Like,
Is that because you're protecting yourself?
yeah, but the way that I love, I'm like, a guy has to be like, you're Beyonce. And I'm like, oh yeah, then I'll be interested. But I'm not here for someone who's like neither here or there for me. Like, you have to let me know that you like me. But the reason I now know why I was so scared of that is because that was the sense I felt with my mom. So yeah, I guess I took that trauma like into the pods, and then I was just like, no, I'm not here for this. And then that's when I knew it was my time to go, because I was like, I'm not getting rejected by people I don't even like. Like, this is a joke now. Get me out.
What an amazing blessing though, that the show's been able to bring you and your mum back together.
Yeah, that's what like, I've obviously spoke to my girlfriends and my family since this has all come out, and I was like, what do you guys think? Because like, I've experienced it, right? So I know a lot more than the edit, and I know my truth and whatever, but they only know what I've said and then the show. And like, my dad and my mom have both said that they're like tremendously proud of me, and like, I am who I am on the show. I think selectively, we all agree that I just wish I wasn't flirting at the mixer, but it's...
Girl, it happens. We've all been there.
Yeah.
After a few drinks. Girl, I'd be flirting. I'd be doing my rounds.
I just had too many lychee martinis. I was just like, yeah. And then, yeah, we were just joking. It looks way worse than it was. Nothing happened after. Me and Javen didn't speak. So after we leave the club, I didn't hear from him until after the reunion. So we didn't even speak before the reunion or when it was all aired. And after the reunion, like, we had like words and I was like, that was heavy. Like, are you okay or whatever? And then we were both getting quite a lot of hate online. So like we would check in on each other and just be like, are you okay? But then I feel like we both had the same response. He's a lot stronger than me. Like, he's so joking. Like, he is biting back at these trolls. Like, he's like, okay, Sim.
I know, he really is.
But, yeah, and I was like, oh, like...
Whereas replying to hate comments on TikTok, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do that, because if they then gave me more hate, I'd cry.
Yeah, I've noticed that you've turned off your comments as well.
Yeah, so I've actually put them back on. So...
And you deleted TikTok as well?
Yeah, I've reinstalled TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm back in the normal world. Back. But yeah, it was getting to a point where I'm very strong. I wasn't going out looking for hate, so I wasn't like searching for my stuff. Yeah, that spleen was telling me to get off TikTok.
The app. Yeah.
But TikTok is, I love TikTok, right? Like, I am obsessed with it, but hate feeds a lot on TikTok, right? Like, it's very clickbait nature to be like, oh, photo booth this or whatever the headlines were. So then I kind of played the algorithm against itself, and then I was just watching videos that I probably didn't really want to watch for like the full period. So then Love is Blind would get off my screen because I was like, don't want to hear about this anymore. But yeah, I don't know, the hate was very wild, but yeah, we're all in a very good place. We had a premiere night, all of the cast, and we all went on a night out again after. There was no flirting with other people's fiancés. I actually took myself to bed early.
Period.
I know, so growth all around really, but yeah, what a ride.
How's your relationship with your mum now? Like, you guys fine?
Yeah, so I watched the episode where I speak about my mum, and I have 4 brothers, so I had to message them before and be like, FYI, I speak about this.
Yeah.
And then I ring my mum up and I'm like, yeah, I kind of accidentally told the whole world about our issues. Sorry about that. And she cried. We didn't speak for a few days. And then she rang me and was like, I just want you to know I'm really proud of you. She was like, I've watched the first 4 episodes. Probably would be a different conversation after the mix up. But she was like, I watched the first 4 episodes, and she was like, I didn't realise like our fallout affected you so much in love. And I was like, I didn't really either. And I was like, but it is like, those pods are like therapy. Like, you can't escape it. You have to... Like, everyone, you think you're like, oh yeah, I've got no trauma, life's great, and then you go in those pods and like the questions are so intense. You're like, oh, actually something that happened 12 years ago is actually still on my mind. But yeah, we both took accountability.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I went down.
How long weren't you speaking for?
We didn't speak for 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, long period of time.
That's a long time. Like, my mum FaceTimes me every day and I'm like, girl.
Yeah, and so much in my life happened then. Like, I graduated uni, I bought my first house, like I got my first dog. Like, so much happened in my life that she just wasn't part of the journey, which is really sad. But I went down last weekend to stay with her, and we had my nephew, we went to the park, and it's just nice to have her in my life. And it could have very easily gone the other way, right? Yeah. She could have been like, how dare you speak about our problems? And it
she must have just seen how much it affected you.
Yeah, but like, there was every chance it could have ruined like our relationship. But no, I'm just very glad that the blessing in all of this is that I've got my mum back and we're back we're back as the little duo we were like 10 years ago. So that's nice.
I love that. Before we wrap up, I always ask every guest, do you have a question for me?
Would you ever go on Love is Blind?
I don't know if I could. I think for me, this sounds so shallow, but I need to see her face.
Yeah, see, that's why I went on there, because I was like, I'm so shallow. And I was like, I need to not like be shallow and just
personality. To be fair though, nowadays I'm very much like personality. Like I need to go. Like I look for personality more than looks. But I also feel like you need to kind of know what someone looks like to have that attraction.
That's one thing I wish I got to, you know, the reveals.
Yeah.
Because my face is so expressive. If I didn't fancy that person, the whole world would know. Like,
can you tell them though what your type, what you like? And
yeah,
do they
like,
try to...
Yeah, you show photos of like exes and stuff and you're like, oh, this is my type. Like, I remember at the mixer, I was like, oh, Kieran's not my type. And people think I was saying Kieran's ugly. All of the guys from our season are very attractive, but I've just never dated blondes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. It's not like, but I don't know. I like the tall, dark, handsome. Like, that's my vibe. But a lot of the guys were quite short this season.
I didn't really think that the guys were that tea, if I'm honest. I think the girls were all tea, but the guys weren't tea.
The girls were... I remember sitting in the lounge. Me and Yolanda were sat there.
Love Yolanda, by the way.
Oh, my God. That's one
Justice for Yolanda.
That's one thing I wished was shown more. Me and her were having banter every single day. Like, we'd be like, how was your day? And we'd be like, 8 out of 10. I'm like, what would make it a 10? And like, we would like joke about them. We'd be like, not my husband. Like, like we were both very on it. Like, she also left the day before I did. That was another reason for me to leave. I was like, Yolanda's not here. Get me a flight. I'm out of here.
Get me out of it. Where are you filming it? My last question. Sweden?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, they've got the setup for like, again, I didn't know this before going in there, but Love is Blind is a franchise across the world, right? So they do like France, Sweden, Italy, Germany, I don't know. But it's all filmed
that is
in
so
the same
random,
place.
man. That is, I was not expecting that.
No, and then like I've got the stamp to be like, oh, you've been to Sweden. I'm like, I literally saw none from Sweden.
You spent the whole time in a set.
And the only time I saw it was then when I was on the airport on the way home, and I was like devoed. I was like crying. My dad, like, he was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Didn't find a husband." He was like, "Just get yourself home." I was like, "Okay."
Anyways, my love, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks so much for having me.
I've loved having it. I feel like I've got all the Love is Blind tea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to see what's next for you. And everyone, I shall see you in the next one. Make sure you fucking subscribe. You hear me? Subscribe and then comment below who you guys want on the next episode. And I will love and leave you. Bye, everyone. Bye.